we are, Camelback Mountain. This is the #1 destination to hike in the city of Phoenix. This is the place that reignited my passion for hiking. And it is 1.25 miles to the peak with 1,000 feet of elevation gain. This is a strenuous hike. Here we go. The first time I did this trail, I thought that was the top. But you quickly learn when you are hiking to the top of mountains that there are a lot of false summits. A lot of people want to know how to train for a through hike or long distance backpacking, and this is the kind of terrain, if you have access to it, is a great training ground. I think you're allowed to rock climb on that. Well, I don't know if you're allowed to, but people do. And pretty sure that most of the rescues that occur on the trails in town happen here. There's so many rescues here that there's a helicopter landing pad. That's downtown Phoenix. That is Piestewa Peak. You can see 4 peaks in the distance. Windy. Makes for a nice cool hike though. So there are at least 3 trails on Camelback Mountain, but the 2 trails that most people do are the Echo Canyon Trail, which is the one that I'm on right now, and the Cholla Trail. The Cholla Trail connects to the Echo Canyon Trail at the summit. My plan is to go up the Echo Canyon Trail and down the Cholla Trail. And they are both rated double black diamond. This trail is White Mountain hard. There's 2 routes that you can take. One is carved out really nicely and the other one is more challenging. Something for everybody. Just follow the handrail or the fence. This is the trail that the resorts recommend to tourists. But keep in mind that if you're not an experienced hiker or an avid hiker, this trail is ridiculously hard. You should have at least 2 liters of water with you and start early in the day. And when you're climbing up Echo Canyon Trail, stay closer to the fence because that is the hiker route. If you stay close to the wall of the mountain, that is the more difficult rock climbing route. So I always stay on the hiker route. It's safer. At this point, you want to stay on the right side. I think on the right side of the railing. No. We are climbing Camelback. One thing to note when you hike on the trails in Phoenix is you don't necessarily want to follow other hikers because they will get you into places where you're not prepared. So, until you know the route that you want to take, try to follow the road signs. This is a tricky spot on the trail where it's easy to get off the trail. And you might be tempted to go that way, but you have to go that way, where that fella's coming from, his thumb in the distance. Looks like some kind of festive ribbon. This is the section where I think somewhere around in here, the very first time I came down Echo Canyon Trail, my legs were like jelly. I didn't have trekking poles, and I slipped on the sandy rock because I was not that experienced with boulder hopping, and I went head over heels, and I cracked my head open, and I cracked my knee open, and there was an Asian woman who was trail running, who trail runs on here all the time, and she called 911 despite my protest to not call 911. And so, yeah, that happened. First time on this trail. The thing I like about Echo Canyon Trail is there are multiple places to put your feet. So right there is not a fun spot. It's pretty vertical and slippery, but you can kind of skirt around it on either side, which is, in my opinion, safer. Unless you like that sort of thing, then I say go for it. This is the part of the trail that reminds me of that game on The Price is Right called Plinko. No, I don't watch The Price is Right. I don't have cable, but sometimes you're in a place with a TV and somebody else is watching The Price is Right. And this reminds me of that game Plinko because I don't think your feet ever touch the same rocks when you come up here and when you go down. It's always something new. The thing about a trail like this is it will prepare you to hike hard trails. And then every time you get on a trail like this, or like the ones in the White Mountains, your confidence just grows and grows. And you just feel experienced. And it's such a great feeling. We're gonna go down the Cholla Trail. Most of the hiking apps will tell you that the Cholla Trail is easier than Echo Canyon, and I think once you get off the ridge line, that might be true, but this ridge line is super scary. If you're afraid of heights or afraid of falling, keep that in mind. I'm pretty excited. They have new markers up here since I have been out of town. Those are brand new. All right, those rock formations in the distance are the buttes of Papago Park, and my neighborhood is down there somewhere, like past the resort. You guys, I seriously love these new markers because one of the reasons this side has been so sketchy is it's hard to find the trail. And so you end up a lot of times up there, completely exposed on the ridge line, which is super sketchy. And yet, that is how people do it. So here's another true story. The first time I went down this side of the mountain on the Cholla Trail, I slipped and fell, and I landed in such a way that I broke a blood vessel in my right gluteus muscle and got an enormous hematoma that thankfully stopped bleeding on its own, because I thought, oh no, I'm gonna have to go for surgery. And my entire butt turned black, like black crayon black. So the Camelback mountain ridgeline is not nearly as wide or forgiving as the Franconia ridgeline in the White Mountains. FYI. Coming across the ridgeline of Camelback Mountain is by no means a walk in the park, but with these new markers, you guys, it is vastly improved. And thank you so much to the Parks Department of Phoenix, because I'm sure they're the ones who did it. Thank you so much. And trail and climb. Thank you so much. This is amazing. All right, I'm standing on the helipad. They have a helipad because a lot of people get injured up here. And now, that top third of the trail is the hardest part on the Cholla side. The rest of the trail does become more like a walk in the park. All right. The apartment complex is in that general direction. By the canals. I just hiked most of the way down with a really nice couple that are just in town visiting. It's one of the things that I like about hiking alone. Get to talk to people I otherwise wouldn't get to talk to. One of the drawbacks to hiking Camelback Mountain is all of the housing. It is a suburban neighborhood. Well, not suburban, but it's a neighborhood. There's no parking, very little parking. So you have to get here ridiculously early if you want to find a parking spot. I parked on the other side of the mountain, and now one of the benefits of living in the city is I'm gonna get an Uber to go back. So, you know, you have to take the good with the bad, or the bad with the good. I don't know. All right, I'm finished. I'm at the Cholla trailhead. I'm gonna walk down to the road, call for an Uber, get on with my day. That took 2.5 hours. It's 1,000+ feet of elevation gain, and it's like, I don't know, 2.5, 3 miles long. It's not that long, but it's a fun trail. I'm really excited for all the improvements that they made on it, and yeah, thanks for coming along. Not sure what my next hike will be. That being said, I'll see you next time out on the trail. Have a great day.